Hey guys, this is Lisa Tedder from Tedder Bear Stamping, and I am sharing today two cards. One's a fancy fold, and the other one is a pretty card, but both of them can be sent to men, which is kind of hard to make. It's so much easier to make, let's say that. It's so much easier to send to a girl than it is to a guy, because girl stamping is just fun and flowers and all that. But these are really pretty, so you'll want to send them to a guy or a girl. All right, so we are going to be using Beauty of Friendship from Stampin' Up, and I'm a demonstrator. So if you would like to buy from me in the United States, I would love that. I would love to be your demonstrator, and you would get a PDF of 16 projects with step-by-step instructions plus pictures, and that is for a $35 or more order. So you get a lot. All right, so let's get started. We are going to do this one first. Look at how pretty this is. But what is cool is that it opens up too. So it's a stand-up card so that it stands up. So whoever gets this will love this, and you will be very happy to send it to somebody, and they'll want to put it out on their mantle or on their desk and think of you every time they look at it. So let's get started on that. Okay, so everything's going to be on my blog, which is tedderbearstamping.com. So just be sure that you go there if you want to get all the dimensions and everything, because I want to make sure that you can recreate this if you would like. All right, so I'm getting all the little bits out first so that we can start at the beginning. So we're going to start with Mossy Meadow at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and you want it to meet, and then you will maybe it doesn't come all the way. Yes, it does. It comes together. I was thinking I had it wrong, but we're good. All right. So you have that. Then you're going to have a piece of Mary Merlot, and this is 10 1/4 by 4, and then you're going to score it at I think it's 10 1/4. Let me double check. Yes, 10 1/4. So you're going to score it at 5 1/4 and then 7 3/4. And then you will fold it like this. And it's not going to meet up, so don't freak out. And then you are going to you're going to fold it like this. So this is going to go onto the back of here, or I guess it goes like this. Hold on. This is the way it goes. It's like, what? All right, we're good. So it goes like this, and then you are going to have it go like that. So sorry. So you want to make sure that you get your scores burnished with your bone folder, just so that it will sit properly. We have a piece of the Beauty of the Earth DSP, and this would be, I think, 3 3/4 by 5. And then this one is the same. It's from the Beauty of the Earth, and this one is 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. So first off, we're going to go ahead and put this on here, because that goes on the front. All right. Oops. So this goes right on the front, just like this. All right. And then you are going to put this piece on this part. So far, not too much stamping, and it is pretty easy once you get it all together, or all the pieces cut and in front of you. So that goes just in the center, and this color goes so beautifully with this DSP. Okay, So now we have our base, and then we can put this onto here. So I'm going to go ahead. Whoop. Doesn't help if I go off the line there. Okay. And then just hold this closed and do it like you would normally, making sure that it's in the middle. Okay. So we have that. Then we are using the Hippo dies. Let me show you those Hippo and Friends. They have a lot of pieces that can be put together and they fit, and it's beautiful. The great thing about this is that they are different shapes, but they still go together. So we need one in the cinnamon cider and one in the basic white. And we will stamp on the basic white. And I am just going to stamp in the Mossy Meadow. And I am going to stamp, I believe in you. And let's, hopefully I can get it straight. Nice. Okay, so out of that DSP, I wanted to cut a little twig of the flower. And there is a die that comes with the set. And let me show you those. So you have a big tree that cuts out, and this just adds stability because these are so thin, but it doesn't do anything. It's just really kind of cool. And then you have two different types of trees that you can put over this. And then you have two things for your sentiments. And let me show you what else there is. So then we have the leaf one, so you can make one solid and one be the holy, so that it can show the different colors underneath. And then this is the bottom of the tree, and of course then you could stamp the top of the tree and it's going to go over that. So my whole thing was, they have these two birds. One, I love this, is that one looks one way and one looks the other. So you can have lovebirds if you would like. But I wanted to make a nest, and I wanted to use what we had. So I cut out of Early Espresso that one treetop here. And then out of this, I cut the cinnamon cider. So these will fit together, and I'm just going to put those together real quick. And I forgot to mute my phone. Hopefully that's not going to be a problem. I'm going to go ahead and put this on here so that they'll sit together, and then I'm going to do a little bit of magic. Not really, but I was like, how can I use this and still have it be something from this bundle? Because I really didn't want to use something that didn't belong here, because then we wouldn't be able to, you'd have to buy something else. Okay. Well, so I'm just going to put these two together towards the bottom. It doesn't matter because we're going to cut. Okay. So let me find my scissors. All right, so this is kind of, to me, a shape of a nest. Whoops. And I'm going to go ahead and trim off the sides. Not too close because I want it to look like it's a nest. Okay. So then I'm going to come in from this way and just kind of make a swoop where a nest would be. And I want it to be a little bit different. Like, so it's, you know, birds' nests aren't perfect. They're close, but they're not perfect. So then we are going to put that onto this. And I'm going to pop it up because I want the bird to be flat on the inside, but I want it to look like this is a real nest and have dimension. So we're going to put this at the bottom. And then we have the two birds. Where did I put those? Here, well, we have one bird. He's stuck to my table. Hold on. I have to slide him off because my fingers wouldn't pick him up. Okay, so we have him right here. And then I'm going to put a glue dot and then have it kind of be like he's holding this. So let's find the glue dots. And I'm just going to put it behind the bird. And then this is from the DSP. If I didn't say that earlier, that's where I got it. And I want it to kind of look, let's see, like he's holding the stem. And, well, not really. So what happened is that when I went to pick it up, it tore a little bit. So that's not good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put some glue on the tip here because I want it to hold on to the nest, and then put glue, which we could have used another glue dot. That probably would have been a little easier. But we go with what we have, right? Oh, this is what happens when you can't pick stuff up. Okay, so this is going to go here, and he's there. So he is, or she is, bringing this to go into the nest. Then we're going to go ahead and put this one on here, but we want to make sure that we do not put adhesive on this back part. So I'm going to turn it over and put it where I want, and then use my tape to follow where I'm going to put it, because you really don't want it to go over the top. All right, so make it so it is centered. Okay, now we're going to come in with some ribbon, and because we have to have it go all the way around, because it just is going to look better that way, because I can't tuck it in because we'll see it. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim this and then tie a knot on one side. And since we have the bird on this side, I want the knot to be on this side so that it balances it out. And this is the faux suede trim. And like I said, everything will be listed on my blog, teddybearstamping.com. And you can go there to get closer up pictures and to get all the supplies. And then all the links are on there too, so you can go and shop right from the blog, and it makes it easy. Okay, so now this is going to go over top, and you can adjust this because it will slide because we haven't set it down. But once we put this on, it will kind of stick down. So, but that's all right. So we're going to go ahead and put dimensionals on this again. Let me get this somewhat cleared up, so you won't be distracted, hopefully. And this one, it doesn't matter because it is going to have a base, so we don't care if it goes over or after the middle. Okay, so now this is going to go on the front. And then we just have the inside to do. But what a cool fold this is. So I also want to let you know about the Stampin' Besties Club. If you go to my blog, again, you will see the link to that. And This is a club that we do once a month where we meet on Zoom and we do it all virtually. We started because of COVID, but it's kind of nice to be able to get together with everybody. So you go there and then you have it where you can, you'll get between $19 and $21 worth of product, plus all the cardstock that you will need to make the projects, a PDF, plus on our Zoom, we do it together, and it's just so much fun. We laugh so much on there, and you get, after being there for 6 months, consecutive months, you get $25 worth more of stuff. So it's well worth it. All right, so let's do the white that's going to go on the inside now. And that's going to be this. And we are going to do You Truly Inspire Me. And this time, because we want it to, we want to bring in the Mary Merlot, I'm going to go ahead and stamp it in Mary Merlot. That's such a beautiful color. I dropped it. Okay, so let's turn it over. Okay, let's see. Hopefully I get it straight. Okay. And it will dry a little lighter. If you can see, that really looks red. This one looks still dark, but that's because it dries lighter. All right, so we're going to go ahead and stamp the tree trunk in cinnamon cider. And this is a reason why I love Stampin' Up! So much, is that everything coordinates. So if you buy the stamp or the inks, the paper, the ribbons, everything matches. And it just makes everything, it just makes it so much easier to work with. Okay, so then we're going to use this with the Mossy Meadow. And we're going to just stamp this over top. So he has some leaves. Now I want it to be filled in a little bit. So I'm going to go in with a dauber and just, I want to take off some. So let's see, I need a scratch piece of paper. Well, I'll just lean out of your way here for a second. And then I'm just going to very softly with the dauber go over my trees just to fill it in. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so now this can go inside the card. All right. So there we have it. The first card is done. Now, if you leave a comment, and I'm going to do the drawing in 2 days' time from this day, and you may win this card, or you can win the next one, depending on, which one you choose. Because I'll have 2 of each, so, and I have 2 winners. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So we're going to use the crumb cake again. And it's 8.5 by 5.5, and then it's scored at 4 1/4. Okay, and my bone folder. Here we go. It's always good to have one of these on hand. I probably have 4, just in case I misplace it. All right, so I really love the Beauty of the Earth DSP. And this has the cinnamon cider in it. So we're going to have a piece of white. And we're going to put this on the side. And it just fits exactly. But I'm going to move it over just a little bit. So I want some of that white to show. All right. And it is kind of positionable, but it's very, it's not super obvious that they're trees. So if you happen to forget and put it down, I'm sure it will be okay. All right, so we have that. And then I wanted to use a piece to kind of stop, like make the edge look nicer. So I have a piece of 1/2 inch by 5 1/4, I think, of the cinnamon cider. And I ran it through the folder. And you can go online to see which folder I used. Sometimes the folders make it harder to get the tape on. So you might want to use liquid glue or glue dots. So I'm going to go ahead and use liquid glue for the other side here because it kind of breaks down the fibers. So of course it's going to pick up that, the tape. One thing we used to do when I started out as stamping is that we used to break the fibers and then tear your paper, like separate it. So it was kind of nice to be able to get 2 pieces, and one looked like felt because it was the inside of the paper after you take it apart. Okay, so then you would stamp the tree trunk like I did onto the cinnamon cider and then die cut it, which I've done for you because I didn't want to do that online or on the thing because you've seen die cutting before. And I also did the same thing that I did on the other card, and I die cut that out. That's the great part of having everything coordinate and go together. All right, so we're going to use the cinnamon cider again. And we're going to say hello at the top. Good thing I had it straight because I would have been in trouble. Okay, and then because I want to look like the tree is grounded, we're going to come in with the mossy meadow because that goes. And we're going to use this little stamp here that will let it have a ground. Can't have the tree just floating in the sky. So we're going to go ahead and use some of the liquid glue again, and I'm just going to dot it so that it doesn't seep out. This is a new one, so it does come out a little faster. Okay. And that's going to go right on top of the ground. And then we're going to go ahead and put some tape on the back of this so that it can go on the top. Isn't that cute? All right, so then this just sits on this. Oh no, I forgot. Good thing I'm paying attention. We get to use that ribbon again. And I have some here that's, I get to use the last of it because I don't want it to go to waste. So we're going to go ahead and cut this. And this saves ribbon. I was taught to go all the way around. I didn't like that because I want to be able to save money and be able to use my ribbon to its ultimate. Oh, let's trim this off just a little before I go on so it doesn't, don't want to trim the ribbon. Okay. All right, so let's put this on all the way around so that the ribbon will have something to hold on to. Okay. And then we will just attach it to the back. So easy. All right, and then it's always good to go back over your ribbon just to make sure that it will not move because we are putting this on here. Love this card. Fast and easy and masculine. Can't get much better than that. Okay. All right. And then we want to do a little knot, not a bow, because we don't want it to not be, we want it to not be girly, though a bow really isn't girly, but you know what I'm saying. I hope anyhow. Okay. Then you pretty up your ends. And then what I like to do is come in with a glue dot and stick it under here just so that it, because right now it's going to slide. So you can position it where you want before you put the glue dot on. Whoop, now I can't get it back up because my fingers have a little bit of glue on them. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to get a glue dot. Use my, take your pick tool and put it right under here. Now it stays put. Pretty, huh? Okay, so now we have the inside, which I will do on here. And I'm just going to say thinking of you because I want to have it be any scent or any occasion. And this one just kind of fits. It could be birthday. It could be anything. Okay. And then, because I usually like to put something at the bottom, thinking of putting one of the, because I cut a couple extra. We'll put one of these birds down at the bottom. It looks masculine, right? Okay, so let's get that on there. And then we'll put some tape on here and put it on the inside and we'll be done. So be sure you leave a comment so that you can get in on the drawing. Like I said, it will be on probably Saturday, 2 days after this goes live. Saturday around 4 or 5. And hopefully you will be the winner. And then I will get, you can send me a PM or however to send me the information for where to mail it. And I will mail it. So here are the 2 cards that you could choose from. So make sure that you write down when you win which card you want. This one, of course, has this fancy fold. So if you both want the fancy fold, that's fine. I will send them both out and then I'll have 2 of these. It does not matter. So you let me know which one you would like. All right. Well, thank you so much. And I will see you next Thursday, hopefully. Bye.